Hello everyone and welcome back to Bacon. Also welcome back to Cinderella Phenomenon, where we're going to be continuing Waltz's route, chapter 9. I do apologize for missing yesterday, but I was so sick I couldn't even do like one of my little quickie updates to delete later. And I do apologize about that. Oh, I'm so excited we're in chapter 9. We don't have much more left. Oh goodness. There are so many people here. They have no idea that this seemingly harmless speech will be the start of their nightmares. I have been fiddling with my fingers since we got here, my nerves slowly taking over me. There are so many nights. I pull down the hood of my cloak to make sure that my face is concealed from them. Waltz suddenly reaches out to take my hand. He raises it to his lips. Ah, another CGI. He's so pretty! Waltz looks at me with a gentle smile. Don't worry, I won't let anything happen to you. Aha! I am not worried about myself. I am more worried about the people's safety, as well as our friends. I will not forgive myself if something bad happens to them. You're not the only one responsible for protecting everyone here. Remember that I will always share your burden, Lucette. This burden is mine to carry, ... and I know. Well, I think the obvious answer is, I know! I look up at him and smile. Thank you. Yeah! I've told you so many times that I would do anything for you, Lucette. Oh, I feel the same way. Freaking adorable! Waltz wraps his arms around my waist and draws me closer to him. Waltz? Waltz takes my hand and plants a kiss on my fingers. Aw. You worry too much, princess. How I wish I could share your optimism. And his casualness. How does he manage to act like this in front of so many people at so dire a time? The king is here. A woman announces the king's presence and Waltz and I immediately turn our attention to the stage. He takes a step away from me, arms at his sides, expression suddenly stoic. Alcaster walks to the center of the platform with a triumphant smile. Good day, my loyal subjects. Me. Everyone goes silent to the sound of his voice. I know that much has happened in our kingdom since the late King Gennaro passed away. Oh, that's right. Daddy Dearest is dead in what's considered the canon route. We are still exerting our efforts to find the king's murderer, his very own daughter. Rest assured that justice shall find this criminal, even if she is our own princess. Anyone who is able to surrender her to the palace will be rewarded handsomely. Members of the crowd begin to chatter amongst each other. It hurts that people believe him, but I cannot say I blame them. Poor little thing. As your king, I will do everything in my power to make sure that the kingdom flourishes under my rule, while I beat each and every one of you in the face. My, what a sight. Even after all these years, you humans never change. That voice. I frantically look around for her, but though her voice echoes around us, she is nowhere to be seen. Where is she hiding? The crowd grows restless at the sound of her voice. Many try to search for her with their eyes. You lot are nothing but manipulative, lying rodents, and yet you call us witches the wicked ones. Considering everything you've done, including to Gennaro, you have no right to say anything to anybody ever. Ever. A bright light fades into existence right beside Alcaster. A silhouette emerges from the light, and suddenly I can see her in all of her wicked glory. My mother, the witch who killed my father. Mithra stands behind her. She is here. Her sudden appearance causes the already restless crowd to break into a panic. Silence! One word from her and the crowd falls into silence. Not a single person dares to move, their eyes now glued to the witch in front of them. Alcaster acts more quickly than I expected, drawing his sword from its sheath and pointing it at her neck. You, what are you doing here? You should be thankful that I let you play king for so long, but I am afraid playtime is over. That crowd belongs to me. Mother faces the crowd with a smile and spreads her arm in a gesture of grandness. Angielle, your queen is back. Mother is even paler than when I last saw her, making the dark circle stand out even more beneath her eyes. It would have been nice if they had included that in the art a little bit. She looks worse than Parfait. I won't let you steal my crown, witch. Oh, but I was not the one who stole it in the first place. Alcaster grits his teeth and charges toward Mother. Mithros deftly steps in front of her and casts a shield. Alcaster slams his sword into an invisible wall. Then, with a wave of Mithros' hand, Alcaster is suddenly thrown back. Once again, the crowd becomes restless. I've tolerated you for too long, human. But right now, you are inconsequential. Sparkling icicle darts appear in midair as Mother raises her hand. They point outward, casting themselves in the direction of the townspeople. She used this spell before, but now there are even more of them. She looks weak, yet she can still manage this much. She can easily destroy this part of town with that spell. I stare at Waltz, eyes wide, and lower my voice into a panicked whisper. I thought she was planning to kill Alcaster. Seems like the plans have changed. Farewell, my disloyal subjects. I cannot let her do this. Lucette! I ignore Waltz and quickly run to the center of the crowd, knowing this will be the most effective place to set up a barrier. A strong gust of wind causes my hood to come off. Ooh, she got her own CGI! Magical CGI! I stretch out my arms as I concentrate on casting a shield around the entirety of the crowd. Isn't that the princess? Witch! Hey, morons! She's shielding you! Ugh. I do my best to shut out everyone's voices as I push all of my energy toward the palms of my hands, imagining an impenetrable glass arching in front of us. As soon as I have cast the massive shield, the icicles shatter upon impact, falling away. I wince at the impact, but force myself to stand steady even when I am pushed back. I will not let you harm anyone anymore, Mother. The crowd begins to murmur all around us. Ah, so you finally showed up, little one. It's good to see you again, my dear daughter. I knew I'd see some sort of reaction if I opened my speech like this. She did this to draw me out? Now be a good girl and hand over what is rightfully mine. You won't get away with this, witch. Alcaster is once again back on his feet, his sword poised and ready to strike. He cannot defeat Mother with a mere sword. Mother looks at Alcaster, a wide grin slowly parts her lips. But I already have. Uh-oh. Mother flicks her hand and a silver light begins to gather in her palm. I recognize that spell. As much as I hate Alcaster for what he has done to this kingdom, I cannot just stand idly by as she summons a spell to kill him. I push myself forward, rushing toward Alcaster. Alcaster, run! But I am too late. A second later, a sword of light appears and impales Alcaster right through his chest. Uh-oh. Times 10. No! This time the crowd finally begins to disperse. People begin to push past each other, screaming and crying. Most of them are almost at the edges of the plaza before Mother casts another spell, creating a barrier to lock everyone inside. A strange wave of energy pulsates through my body, making me stumble. That's right. Feed me your fear. The people's negative energy is fueling the Tenebrarum. Does it also mean that Lucette's gonna get stronger too, though? Now that I think about it, it's not just her mom that will get stronger, it's also Lucette. My eyes shift toward Mother, whose grin is deranged and humanly wide. A shiver runs down my spine. Mother, stop this madness. Yeah. Goth boyfriend coming in for the clutch! In my moment of hesitation, Waltz rushes forward to cast a spell. Purple spikes run toward Mother, but she does nothing to stop them. Mithros effortlessly stands in front of her, casting a shield. The force of Waltz's spell sends him stumbling backward. I hear his shield crack. Mithros tries to keep it up, but ends up succumbing to the force of Waltz's spell. Eventually, the glass shatters. The spikes force their way through. One of them impales Mithros through the chest! Oh! Ugh! I can emote so well. Mother glances at Waltz, her lips pulled into a pleased smile. Impressive. You can still use your magic, even after having been separated from it for so long. I expected no less from my superior apprentice. Mother turns to Mithros and raises her eyebrows slowly. Come on, man. Why you always gotta be so mean to this poor boy? And by poor boy, I mean I don't actually have sympathy for him, beyond just the fact that he is the only one that's been loyal to this jerk. And I don't know. I feel bad for him in that regard. But in every other regard, I'm cool with whatever happens. You're still a disappointment, Myth. My queen. Wasn't he also forced to stay in the shadows when he worked for her? So she's never freaking liked this guy. And he was just delusional and thinking that she valued him at all. And I don't know, I feel really bad for him for that. These are the last words he can manage before he stops speaking. Oh, Father! Fritz's voice echoes through the suddenly silent plaza. He rushes toward Alcaster, who has managed to walk a good distance away from Mother before he collapses to the ground. Soon, Fritz is kneeling right beside Alcaster's bloody body, Jurian and Garland right behind him. I'm about to walk over to them, but Karma holds my arm and pulls me back. Don't. But you do not want to set your eyes on such a grisly sight up close, Princess. Mother watches Fritz and the two knights approach with disinterest. This is his fate for trying to steal what is rightfully mine. Alcaster brings his hand to his mouth and coughs. I can see blood on his hands. Father's last moments flash through my head, but I will the memory away as Mother turns her gaze on me. Mother surveys me with a warm smile. She holds out her hand and beckons me over. Join me, Lucette. We were meant to rule this kingdom hand in hand from the start. These humans do not deserve your protection. They deserve to suffer after everything they've done to our kind. I shake my head. I'd rather die than join you. What? Ungrateful brat. This is how you repay everything I've done for you? You have done nothing for me. Very well. If you wish for death, I shall give it to you. Once I'm done with you, I will destroy this kingdom and start anew. It will be a kingdom for the witches and I. I will not let you do that. Huh? Mother is taken by surprise when another purple spike suddenly pushes through the ground toward her. She steps back, avoiding the brunt of the attack, but her arm is still grazed. Blood oozes from a newly opened gash. Waltz! You'll have to get through me first. You can't stop me, traitor. You gonna try? Mother extends her hands, and in mere moments, lightning has suddenly appeared and is winding its way up Waltz's body. Oh no! Attack, run to Waltz. Oh boy. Okay. Attack or run to Waltz. Well, if we attack her, we can distract her from doing whatever it is that she's doing. So we're going to try that first. I act on impulse. I know that the spell I have been taught will not even graze her, but I do not consider that consequence as I raise my hand to cast the spell. Power slowly begins to trickle through my veins and into my palms as I approach the platform. Let him go. Lucette, don't. My heart is in my throat as I draw closer to where they are. Let him go. I will do anything, just let him go. Aw, anything. Mother's voice is terrible and sweet, her tone filled with poison. I cannot bring myself to look at her. Instead, I keep my eyes firmly focused on Waltz. When Waltz speaks my name, it's in the soft voice that I have come to love so dearly. Oh! Lucette. If you wish so much to save him, then you must return what you have taken from me. The Crystallum Tenebrarum. And then you will become my sweet, obedient daughter once more. Only then will I let Waltz go. Waltz's eyes begin to dim, and I can see the hope draining out of him. I am sorry, Waltz, but I cannot lose you too. You know where to find me, Lucette. The longer you keep me waiting, the longer he suffers. There's a blinding flash of light, and then Mother and Waltz are both gone. I didn't see a crystal! No! No! A dull ache begins to spread through my chest. Again. I wasn't able to do anything again. Why am I so weak? Suddenly, I feel Jurian's hand on my shoulder. I turn to look at her. She stares at me solemnly for a few moments before her expression breaks and she shakes her head. Don't blame yourself for this. There is nothing you could have done. I have to save him. Jurian looks through me and I follow her gaze. The people are starting to back away, their expression a mixture of fear and anger. This is exactly like 4 years ago. What should we do now? That witch just killed the new king. Everyone, it's best for all of you to go home and stay where you'll be safe. And what? Wait until that witch kills us? One woman points an accusing finger at me. Her fear is palpable. That murderer is a witch as well. She's exactly like her mother. Did you guys miss how she put up a shield and saved all of your lives and then fought the witch? Or are you just openly ignorant like that? A wicked witch. You guys suck. The people begin to curse me. I stand quietly and listen to their insults. I cannot blame them for thinking this way. I can! Kara moves to stand beside Jury and the two of them shield me from the angry masses. I doubt any of these people will listen to anything I have to say. Stop! A familiar man walks towards us with a gentle smile. Still no Crystal. You are... Yes, you remember me? You helped make my daughter happy on her special day with your gift. I am surprised when both he and his wife come to stand beside me. What are you doing? I can finally properly repay you for what you've done. The man smiles at me before turning his attention to the crowd. We won't let you hurt the princess. Rumors may have spread about her being a cold and wicked person, but those rumors are false. I know the truth. She's truly a kind person. She just protected us from the evil queen. Have you no shame? The angry shouting begins to fade into hushed accusations and aggressive whispering. That's right. We won't let you hurt Big Sis. Oh, it's the kids! These are the children that Waltz and I played with, the ones that watched his shows. The children stand to my other side. Big Sister is a very good person. We won't let you hurt her. She played hide and seek with us. That's all we need. I can only stare in shock at everyone around me. My vision blurs as tears come to my eyes. I quickly wipe them away with the back of my hand. Everyone. A simple act of kindness can go a long way, can't it? These people believe in me. That is why I have to live up to their hopes. I take a deep breath and start walking forward. Durian grabs my hand, her brow creasing with worry, but I shake my head at her and smile. I will be okay. Durian looks at me for a few moments before she finally releases me. Now that I am directly in front of everyone, the area has quieted. I close my eyes and take another deep breath. Slowly, I get down on one knee before them. I am sorry. The crowd begins to murmur again. I can't hear more than a few stifled gasps. Princess, you shouldn't... I raise a hand to silence Durian. I once again look to the townspeople. I know my words are meaningless, but I still want to apologize for everything my mother has done, and also to the people I have hurt. I was blind and naive, ignoring the fear and anxiety of so many people. But I've grown since then, and now I see with clear eyes the hatred you have for my mother and for me. The crowd remains silent, so I continue. King Gennaro was killed by my mother, and I was not strong enough to save him. So yes, you are correct. I am the reason he is dead now. But I made a promise to him, and I intend to keep it. I will protect Angiel in his stead, and hope that all of you will give me a chance to prove myself worthy as your princess and your future queen. I promise I will make things right again, no matter what it takes. I bow my head once again before standing. I then turn to Durian and Karma. I notice that Fritz and Garland are absent and that Alcaster is nowhere to be seen. Where are Garland and Fritz? They took Alcaster's body away from all of this. Body, you mean... He has passed. Heaviness begins to sink into my chest. Bloodshed will only beget more bloodshed, and I still have not seen a crystal. This is why I cannot let anyone die anymore. Please do your best, Big Sister. I am pulled out of my reverie by the voice of one of the little boys. Let's play together again when you come back. I stare at their smiling faces with bleary eyes. I do not even know if I will live through this, but I do not have the heart to ruin their optimism. I'd like that. I need them to keep hoping for a better tomorrow, so they will be strong enough to stand on their own feet if they must face the whole world. Durian, tell Delora and Parfait what happened when they come back to the Marchen. What are you planning to do? Something stupid, I imagine. As resident mom knight friend, you are not allowed to do this by yourself, young lady. Under no circumstances are you going to go to that witch alone, am I clear? What'd I tell you? Waltz would not want you to sacrifice yourself for him. I step back and smile at her and Karma. I apologize for this. I back away toward the palace, putting as much distance as I can between me and the crowd, the platform, and Karma and Durian. Then, as swiftly as I can, I hold out my hand to cast a large dome-shaped shield around the palace and I. The energy is falling away from me even as I cast the spell, only to replace my new energy. The Tenebrarium is gaining power. No! Durian rushes toward the shield and places her hands on it. She calls my name, but I only shake my head at her. Princess Lucette, do not be so foolish. No, I refuse to let anyone die. I can manage the shield for an hour. That should be enough time to save Waltz and end this for good. I offer one last smile before I turn and rush through the palace gates. Durian and Karma continue to call my name, but to no avail. I am sorry, everyone, but this is something that I must do on my own. This is the only way I can protect you all. Okay, I haven't seen a crystal, so we're actually going to go back. Yes, and we're going to run to Waltz this time. I rush toward him. Let him go. Musette, no, it's not safe. Mother, please don't hurt him. And then immediately find out it was the right decision. Man, why can't they just do it immediately like that every single time so that you don't get confused and end up forgetting that you didn't do the right decision originally? Well, then again, I guess they could be meaner about it if they wanted to. Like, there's a lot of dating sims that, like Midnight Cinderella, for instance, that you don't get that choice. You can't go back. You can't save beforehand. It's all automatic saves only, so you have to know what the right choice is beforehand to begin with, which can spoil things if you look up a walkthrough, which is why I don't like looking at walkthroughs if I can help it. But yeah, so at least they're being nice about the save option, if nothing else. Mother looks at me and then to Waltz. Her lips slowly curl into a wicked grin. So this is what your relationship has become. My heart is in my throat as I draw closer to where they are. Let him go. I will do anything, just let him go. Anything? Mother's voice is terrible and sweet, her tone filled with poison. I cannot bring myself to look at her. Okay, focused on Waltz. Speaks my name. Lucette. Okay, you must return what you've taken from me. Okay. Alright. So it was exactly the same other than that very beginning. I expected resistance when I entered the palace, but to my surprise there was no one here. Not a single soul. Everyone must have evacuated when Mother appeared outside. The stagnant air around me is suffocating. The night air is quiet and cold as death. My footsteps are very loud in the emptiness of the palace. If I give my powers to her voluntarily, will I die? This thought has haunted me since I first entered the palace. All too soon, the doors to the throne room are before me. I pause in front of them, suddenly feeling anxious. There must be something else I can do besides submit to Mother. I need to find a way to protect Waltz and save Angielle from her. I clasp my hands together in a silent prayer. Father, please guide me. I take a deep breath and with renewed determination push open the doors. Alright, chapter 10 and last chapter. We're going to get into that next time. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I am Bacon, and this so far has been Cinderella Phenomenon. Waltz's Route, we're in the last chapter. Then after this, we will be getting into Rumple, and then after that, into the sequel. If you like the video, feel free to like the video. If you like me, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all that lovely stuff. Everything helps, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye!